to be honest, I'm definitely not one to speak about the European jobs. I don't know very many people that have that industry. But I know some people that have Japanese jobs and American jobs, and there's definitely a different system as you go from one country to the next. That's definitely true. But there are more American jobs than anywhere else.
One last one. Those of you that have found jobs in industry, how did you go about doing that? And was it difficult?
That's right. So, when I first moved here, I moved here basically with no job prospects, no idea what I was going to do. So, I applied for about 100 jobs on Craigslist, and one of them called me. So that's when I ended up working at that temp job. And Boston especially is kind of tough because, you know, every spring you get all the graduates from Harvard, MIT, you know, every school in this area, there's hundreds of them in the science field, and they end up working, you know, in an entry-level job. So it's a tough market. It's definitely a lot easier. You know, networking is the best thing you can do, absolutely. The more people you talk to, the more people, you know, have a friend of a friend that knows somebody that has a job opening that they haven't posted yet. And that's really the best way to do it, is to know somebody. Because no matter how good your resume is, you know, you're just putting it out there. They're getting, some of these places get hundreds of applications for these jobs, you know, for one position, yeah. So they look at it and they say, I don't care, you know, like it's 2 pages, I'm not going to read it. So it's definitely a lot easier if you have somebody that you know, even, you know, just sort of an acquaintance that knows somebody that knows somebody. I actually got my current job because Deirdre's uncle is like 3 tiers of management above me. So I said, I really need a job. Like, I'll do anything. I'm completely broke. And so I sent a resume to him, and fortunately they had, you know, lab aid jobs. That's why I started doing it. But it was hard, definitely. Probably easier for you. I also had really crappy grades. So I did not have good letters of recommendation. I did not have people from my school looking out for me that much. And that really helps because they have a lot of contacts in the industry. You know, they know people.
Though I did have good recommendations, and I went to career services, and I did all the things a good student should do, they weren't helpful at all. They kept giving me like jobs in biology lab, like a sleep lab, and I was like, no, I'm a chemist. So I ended up just applying for jobs online, the same Monster and whatnot. But I think the best way if you're going to be applying online is to go to the company's website and apply through their websites. Every company has a careers section of their website, and most companies have like a form you can fill out and a contact person or an email address or phone number. I didn't have any contacts in the field. I didn't have anyone to network with, but I got really lucky getting the job that I did. I actually applied and never heard back from them, and I emailed them again, and I went back on the website, I saw the job was still listed, and I asked them what the deal was and why they hadn't gotten back to me, because I saw the job was still open. And the reason was I put on my resume that I was a student in upstate New York, and that my address was my school address, and they said, well, we don't pay for relocation, so you're not really a good candidate for this job. And then I replied, well, actually, I do live in the Boston area, and I was a student, and now I live in Boston, and your lab is in Boston. And they got back to me like the next day with a phone interview, and then I went in for an interview, and I actually ended up with 3 job offers, 3 from looking over every and yeah, so I was really lucky, I guess. One of them was with my uncle, so I guess that one doesn't count.
So I was applying for jobs right about 2 years ago. So Los Alamos had a career fair, and you guys have a career fair here? Or no?
I think there is one, but I don't know how many science people show up.
There are very few science related.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too much humanities here.
Too bad. Okay, well, I would recommend career fairs, but yeah. So yeah, things are looking really positive there. I talked to quite a few companies, and they seemed really encouraged and everything. Then the whole economic downturn happened, and everybody's went quiet. And so at that point, really we were just working contacts, and so turns out, so I actually ended up getting offers from 2 companies, and I had contacts with both of them. The company that I'm working for actually is a lab mate of mine who started it. So not a lab mate, a classmate of mine. So we actually started the same year. He's my boss now. So that worked out pretty well. And he knew I was good, so I got the offer there. The other one was a professor I knew at grad school. So for me, it was all contacts. And granted, I was probably applying in the worst economic climate to apply for a job. But contacts are good.
It may seem like hard if you don't, because you're just, at least I thought, I'm just in school, I don't know how to make contacts, that seems like a really weird thing, but, just talk to someone and who might know someone, like Colin said, and, after, I have my first job now, I have tons of friends in the field, and I feel like, so don't think that because you don't have any contacts now, that it'll stay like that forever. The more you go in school and your career, and you talk to people and network.
Your professors may have a lot more contacts than you realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people in the industry aren't gonna be upset at you if you just ask them if they know anybody that has a job with you, even if you don't really know them, if you've just been introduced. It's always worth a shot.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, it never hurts. It's always worth it.
And yeah, same for her. I've been part of the interview process, and we put a job application and get hundreds of resumes, and so it's just this huge pile, just all over. And a lot of things aren't even really right for the job, but yeah, just applying online is really hard. I think a better way is sending an email to somebody, and especially if you know somebody, just kind of get above the fray.
On that note, also make sure your resume is actually good. I've seen a lot of really bad resumes that you can't even just throw them away. If the resume is bad, then you don't even.
So I was hired basically out of luck, I think. I did all the preparation. I started thinking about applying to jobs about 8 months before I was actually going to start working. And my first plan was to start going through all the companies I could think of or any companies I could find online, make a list of what I wanted to apply to in my fall semester. And then over the winter break, I worked on my resume, made it as good as I could, and worked on my cover letters. And then by about February, I started applying to different companies, and I sent out maybe 50 applications. And I also went to all the career fairs and networking events at Brandeis. There was a science networking event that they had with different companies and panel speakers and stuff, and that was nice to meet people. And then I started going to the Mass Tech discussion group that I mentioned, and I just happened to sit next to my current employer at work, and he just happened to be looking for somebody at the time. And so he said I could send him my resume, and he basically hired me because my resume was nice and neat, and he needed somebody with attention to detail.
Really, make sure your resume is good.
It's really important to show that you're interested too. Like Kira was saying, she got the job because she emailed them a couple weeks later, and it's like, why haven't you called me?
It's okay to be annoying in that kind of situation.
Yeah, I know it gets really discouraging sometimes if you feel like you're just sending these resumes out into the ether and they never actually get anywhere. But send an email to the person who has the listing, or if you can find a contact person, try to get in touch with them, because that shows that you have some initiative. That's people want to hire somebody that's actually going to work for them and wants to be there. So.
Yeah, we definitely interview people who made the extra effort to email us. At least
Yeah,
get
if
you
you have a phone number and email address, it's good to follow up right after you send your application, and then maybe a few days after that to check up and see how it's going.
So do you guys think that the American Chemical Society career fairs are worth going to, or is that just a waste of time? I feel like national conferences, because they come to Boston quite frequently. For you guys, do you guys think that was worthless?
I never even went.
You never gone to a? Okay.
That
I know
sounds like a great thing.
They have a huge, the ACS conference has a huge career fair, and it's really on-site interviews that day. As far as I know, some of my friends have come to this.
Sounds like a good
And
idea.
I don't know if anyone's been good, you guys have never done it, but I haven't done it
I think
myself.
FaceTime. That's
Right.
key.
So it's like
Way
speed
better
dating.
than
It's like
anything
speed
else.
dating. Really, it is. You get a forum, you have this like 10-minute, 15-minute interview, and then so they get to meet the companies, and I think this works a lot for the small companies that don't have the budget to like fly everybody out to their companies. So if you're interested in small companies, I feel like this is a good strategy because there's a lot of them at these career fairs at the national conference, and then you can just like kind of get an idea, and then when the companies identify the people that they like, then they fly them out for like an on-site interview. So I feel like it's somewhat successful, but I don't know anybody actually that has been successful with that venture. So since you're in Boston, you can take advantage of that. When unfortunately, did any of you guys go to the NCS conference that was here like last year? Yeah, you should take advantage of that if you have the opportunity. Unfortunately, I won't be here for another few years, so I don't know if you guys might be able to take advantage of that. But there are. I think the next national conference is in Philadelphia, so if you can go down there, you can make it down there even for the weekend on Monday. That would be really useful. I recommend that anyway, even if you're thinking about grad school. People really bag on the ACS conference after a while because it's so big, but it's kind of nice when you don't know what you're doing because it is so big. You can choose all kinds of crazy different kinds of talks to go to and figure out, am I interested in this, am I interested in that. So I found it very useful when I was trying to decide what to do. Go to that kind of conference. And then if you have some research, you can present it. They have lots of undergraduate research symposium and stuff like that. So I'm gonna endorse the ACS conference. Even though it's very expensive, I apologize for that.
No.
I have no control.
It's like if you're doing
How
undergraduate
expensive is
research,
it?
maybe you're like to go with that.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It's really important too to learn how to talk to these people. Like my first couple interviews were terrible. It's a new experience. It's very intimidating that you go in there and you're sitting in front of this person. They don't know you, so it's important to remember that, and it's important to be able to kind of summarize yourself and sell yourself a little bit. Yeah. Obviously, don't lie and say you know how to do things that you really don't. Because you're going to figure that out. But be able to sit down in front of a mirror or something and figure out something that you can say about yourself and why you had a good experience and why you'd actually be good for this job. Because what you put on paper, and if you don't tell them, they're not going to know, basically. So that's really important.
I never got the chance to do this, but I think a good idea is to do a mock interview with a professor or someone and videotape yourself, and then go back to that and see how you interview, and then you can pick out a lot of your mistakes.
I assume the career services have something like that here, do they not?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Unless you're a grad student. Yes.
They do that, they go.
Actually, they do have, for grad students, the School of Arts and Sciences has one woman who does the career stuff. And you have to make appointments with her, and she's booked for like 2 months, like in the future, always.
But for Brandeis undergrads, Hyatt Career Center is pretty good. The online job listings and stuff like that they have are pretty okay, and those are the companies that are like pretty local. And the reason that they have this contact with Brandeis is that Brandeis usually tends to send people there for like summer internships. They're mainly internship type things.
A good contact actually is alums, people who have graduated, like these guys. They're great people to contact if working in industry or companies. Definitely don't forget about the alums.
A good website with a lot of job posting is MassBio. So if you look at their website, you can search for jobs and different types of positions.
Any other questions? All right, so let's wrap up. I want to thank our speakers with the presents, which I've been conveniently hiding in this box of silverware. Yes, I will give you all 4. Food. Brandeis chemistry shot glasses.